Investing at the top of the market is always a scary endeavor. We never really know what lies ahead, and we're always fearful for an imminent market crash.
Everyone else is watching, and they're seeing these big negative numbers, and their confidence gets affected.
They are ping-ponging back off each other.
People are seeing this, and those memories of fear are coming back.
Right now, the S&P 500 is at all-time highs. Its price-to-earnings ratio has been seen to steadily be increasing since about June of 2022. However, things get worse when we factor in inflation. The Schiller PE ratio, which does exactly this, shows us that the real PE ratio is approaching levels seen at the end of the 90s, at the height of the tech bubble, and we all know how that ended up.
This closing bell might as well have been an alarm. So savage was the selling. It lost a quarter of its value in just 1 week.
Once this body started in motion, it was very, very difficult to put the brakes on.
So in this video, I'm going to show you how I am investing at the top of the market and how there's one strategy that never really seems to pay off in the long run. But before I go through all of that, this video is by no means investment advice. It should not be mistaken at all for financial advice. These views are my personal opinions. The way I invest should not be taken as a benchmark, and always do your own research before investing into stocks and shares. So Warren Buffett, the investing genius, which we all know his name by now, he is famously sitting on a boatload of cash. Does this mean that this is something we should do? Is he trying to signal something? Well, unlike Warren Buffett, I don't have millions and billions to be sitting on cash, but currently I do have £99,132 in my trading 212 stocks and shares ISA. Now, for me as an average person, this is a boatload of cash, and this is something that I do not want to be doing, even though we could potentially be seeing a market crash because we are at all-time highs. Remember, the market crash is not guaranteed. It might be another 10 years until that event. So sitting on a boatload of cash could be a nice way for inflation to get at you and erode away the purchasing power of your money. On trading 212 currently, I am getting 4.05% as an annual equivalent rate, and that currently is a daily interest payment of £10.77. Do bear in mind that most of this cash is put into qualifying money market funds, but aside from that, I don't want my money growing only at 4.05%. The stock market, in my opinion, is where it's at, with long-term historical returns of about 10%. If you would like to sign up to Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, all you have to do is to use the link in the description box down below. Alternatively, if you've already signed up to Trading 212 in the past 10 days but haven't received your free fractional share, all you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu over here. Scroll all the way down until you see the section use promo code, and in this section just enter my code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. So just because Warren Buffett has, I think sitting on cash has been a silly idea. I've been doing it since June of 2025. As you can see, there is growth in my portfolio, but it has been a pretty slow and steady ride. Over that same time, the S&P 500, for example, did wonders, and I ultimately didn't sign up for those gains. Now you can see over the past month, things have changed. I have started to put in some cash into some investments, even though we know that we are currently at the top of the market. Now, if I scroll down, you can see I hold about £20,000 in actual investments. So I'm going to go through these investments whilst also showing you why I'm keeping a bit of cash on the side. Now, buying at the top of the market is scary, but I have bought a few investments. The first one is in the Invesco Nasdaq 100. As you can see, currently we are basically at all-time highs. This is not a currency hedged ETF, so the difference between the pound and the dollar has meant that there are some extra fluctuations that we should take into consideration. Now, I bought about £10,000 worth of these shares. Again, this is not investment advice, and as you can see, since then I am down by 0.27%. or £27.26. So why the Nasdaq 100? Well, it contains some of the top tech companies of the US, and I believe going forward that technology will have a hand in what goes on. Although there could be a tech bubble that bursts, I still want to have my fingers in a few pies with the Nasdaq 100. Now, secondly, I have an investment into the S&P 500. This is about £5,000 worth. So this is in the iShares Core S&P 500. The reason why I went for this one, the GSPX, is because this is a currency hedged version. So the difference between the pound and the dollar, they are minimized. It's only a £5,000 investment. I did buy it during a small dip we saw recently, and I was really happy with that because since investing, I am up already by 1.3% or £65.33. Now, the next is something that I don't usually do, but I actually went in and bought an individual stock. This is the first time I've done this in my stocks and shares ISA, and it is in AMD. Now, I do not like buying individual stocks. I kind of regret already buying it. As you can see, I am down since buying. Personally, I believe that if you invest into individual stocks, you're increasing the volatility of your portfolio. Yes, there is potential to make a lot more via investing into individual stocks. However, a lot of people don't realize that if the company actually goes bust, then you lose the entire investment. You can have a diamond hand, but seeing your portfolio go down 20, 30, 40, 50% into the abyss is going to be very difficult. And honestly, sometimes cutting losses can be the best decision. Now, my rationale behind buying AMD, first of all, it's only a small amount on my total holdings. It's below 3%, so it's not a concentrated stock portfolio. Now, if there was a technology bubble, something that may not ever happen, or something that might take decades to happen, then AMD will surely fall. You may be wondering how that is a good thing. If my individual stock falls, then I could expect that the market overall may fall too if all the technology companies get affected. Now, if the markets were to crash, that is where the cash comes in. Alternatively, if the markets aren't going to crash, then my other investments, including this one, which is in technology, may also increase. Remember, this is not financial advice. In either case, with AMD, I don't actually plan to hold it long term. I just think it's too much risk holding on to it. And my last investment is in the S&P 500, where I am investing £10 every single day. Now, if you are scared of lump sum investing, then maybe dollar cost averaging into it, maybe weekly, monthly, or even daily, could be a nice way to ease yourself into the stock market. And I plan to do this over a year period and report back to you guys. Now, like I said before, holding onto a bunch of cash, from my experience and in my opinion, has been a pretty silly thing to do where there has been plenty of gains left on the table. Now, obviously, hindsight is the only reason why I can say this confidently, but in the same time, the stock market could have gone down a whole lot. As we can see from the Schiller PE ratio, it is really high. Investors are willing to pay a huge premium on stocks. Now, the price to earnings ratio simplified basically means how much investors are willing to pay per dollar or per pound of earnings. After the great financial crisis, this was around $14.12, but currently it's approaching 40. Now, this could indicate that investor sentiment is really high and they expect lots of earnings to be made. But what happens if the earnings don't keep coming in? That's always a risk with the stock market. Now, holding onto cash does mean that you are protected from stock market crashes, but in the same vein, you are missing out on some amazing returns that the stock market could possibly make for you. So make sure to check out some of my other videos and I'll see you in the next video.